from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.
We have 30 seconds. See what?
Yeah. Hang on. Sometimes I wish I was the Flash.
I'm sorry?
Sometimes I wish I was the Flash because I hate people telling me, we're not rushing you. I know you are.
No, Madison, I was just letting you know what the time was.
Hang on, would it be bad if I put hand sanitizer on my phone?
Yes, because it's a liquid.
I'm trying to wipe off my screen.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ready, Madison?
The time is 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do it?
Actually, I should do the intro. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Madison, and I'm here with Savannah.
Hi.
First off, Happy New Year, everybody. We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Sessions. on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel Monday to Friday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can also access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. This site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader, Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over at KSMU's carrier airways at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. So, first article of the day is from Springfield News-Leader, and the title goes on to say, Where to Recycle Old Holiday Lights, Christmas Trees in Springfield. And it's by Marta Miaz. All right. It says, the holiday season is coming to a close, which means it's time to put up the Christmas decorations back away in storage and clear away the Christmas tree. But before you turn to the dumpster, the city offers alternative, more sustainable options for disposal. Live Christmas trees can be dropped off at the Yard Waste Recycling Center and no charge through January 10th. Make sure the tree is free of all ornaments, lights, and decorations first. All collected trees will be recycled into mulch available for purchase. Artificial trees and decor, they can be donated to an area organization if they're in good condition. Organizations include the Habitat for Humanity Restore and the Salvation Army, among others. And there's a picture of a Boy Scout named Greg Doramir.
Yep.
And he's carrying a Christmas tree to his trailer at the annual Christmas tree recycling program in the parking lot of a Bass Pro Shops. And this picture was taken on December 26th of 2018, and it's by Nathan Papes /News-Leader. The article goes on to say, string lights and power cords will be accepted in all 3 of the city's recycling centers through January 10th. This includes power strips, extension cords, and string lights, including mini incandescent C7, C9, rope, and LED are accepted in any condition according to a city news release. All drop-off recycling facilities are generally open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, excluding major holidays, including New Year's Day. Here's where you can go. You can go to Franklin Avenue Recycling Center at 371 North Franklin Avenue. You can go to Lone Pine Recycling Center at 3020 South Lone Pine Avenue, or Yard Waste Recycling Center at 3790 South Farm Road in 119 in Brookline. To find the best ways to recycle and dispose of these and other holiday-related items, the city offers the Waste Wizard tool. And that's the end of that one.
All right. With 417 Magazine, the article I'm reading is This Week in Springfield, Missouri. Find the best things to do this weekend in Springfield and around southwest Missouri, by Katie Pollock Estes. There is a picture of someone making gnocchi, and it is being done at the Pickwick and Cherry.
Is that like a snack or something?
Gnocchi is a noodle. A noodle.
Oh, a noodle. Okay.
Just before the 417 crew splits for our winter break, there was a lot of chatter in the office about how everyone would spend our week off after the holidays. For many of us, it is a time to refresh and plan for the year ahead. filling our calendars with oh so many plans, setting intentions, choosing a word of the year for 2026, or deciding what to pick for and how to accomplish our New Year's resolutions. Our publisher, Logan Aguirre, has a beloved daily planner that she swears by, and it's much more than just an agenda. It's a place to journal, scheme, set goals, and forge ahead with confidence. I take a slightly less structured approach because I've yet to find a journal I consider the one, but I still love using this period of quiet and calm to imagine what I want my year ahead to look like, and work on figuring out how to make it happen. If you're looking ahead this week as well, the addition of Date Book might be helpful to you. It's full of chill activities that can play perfectly into your plan if learning a new skill is one of your goals. Check out these events, plus a few more below. Oh, one more thing. If you want to explore a red-hot social trend this year, may we suggest Mahjong? Although this tile-based game originated in China in the mid-1800s, the American variation is currently experiencing a bit of an explosion on the Ozarks. So of course we decided to write about it. Read about where and when you can play it, and how to get your hands on the beautifully designed and aesthetically pleasing tiles the game is famous for. January 2nd, First Friday Art Walk, downtown Springfield. See art by local and regional artists as you stroll through downtown Springfield's galleries and shops, like Missouri State University's Brick City Gallery, the Creamery's Art Center, Fresh Gallery, Obelisk Home, and lots more. Don't let the brisk January air scare you off from exploring downtown Springfield. This is a walk that's worth it. January 2nd to 3rd, Chris Caton, Springfield Comedy Club. If you were a Saturday Night Live fan in the 1990s, then you're probably familiar with a lot of former SNL cast members, Chris Caton's characters. See him on stage this month at Springfield Comedy Club. January 3, Pasta 101, Nochi Edition, a parent and child cooking experience. The workday at Finley Farms, or the workshop at Finley Farms, apologies. Bring your kiddo who loves to cook and learn something new together. Make gnocchi from scratch. You can upgrade your ticket to include fun extras like a beechwood gnocchi board or a child's apron. This workshop is for ages 8 and older. January 3rd, Winter Wine Series. Orman House at Big Cedar Lodge. Throughout January and February, Big Cedar Lodge's annual celebration of taste festivals features several wine-centric events. Among them is the Winter Wine Series, which highlights different wines paired with a multi-course meal. January 3rd, Wellness Fair, Mama Jean's Natural Market. Mix and mingle with local wellness vendors at this afternoon event. It's the perfect Kickstarter for all your health and wellness-related New Year's resolutions. Through January 4th, 50/50, half a century of history, I apologize. History Museum on the Square. To mark History Museum on the Square's 50th anniversary, this special exhibit honors 50 events, people, and places that have impacted the Springfield community. January 6th, Classico Taco Tuesday Cooking Experience. Pickwick and Cherry. Grab your date or your bestie for a hands-on cookie class where you'll learn how to make homemade tortillas, pico de gallo, guacamole, elite street corn, tacos de bria, carnitas tacos, and tres leches cake. January 6th, Painting with a Splash, Jellies, Wonders of Wildlife. At this creative class led by seasoned instructors, guests learn to paint glowing jellies, and the setting adds to the magic and inspiration. This event takes place right outside the jellyfish tanks. Through January 4th, an old-time Christmas. Silver Dollar City. The number of holiday lights covering the buildings at Silver Dollar City is astonishing. It's an unbeatably cheerful glow. There's also a huge Christmas tree, holiday seasonal treats, and lots more. And that's the end of the article.
Oh, I already read that one. All right, next article is again from Springfield News-Leader. And it says, want to plan ahead? These events are happening in Springfield in 2026. And it's by Susan.
Susan?
Okay. From concerts to food festivals, Springfield has a full slate of events for 2026. Whether you're looking forward to a yearly tradition or want to see a new performer, there's plenty to do. Hang on. Excuse me. Anyway, enjoy comfort food for a good cause at the 6th Annual Mac and Cheese Festival. Ooh. It'll happen on January 17th. It'll be at the University Plaza Hotel and Convention Center at 333 South John Q. Hammonds Parkway. And what you guys can do, folks can try macaroni and cheese from regional and local cooks while helping the Ozarks Area Community Action Corporation, or OACAC. It's dedicated to alleviating the causes and conditions of poverty in the Ozarks. Children 4 and younger can enter for free. Otherwise, it's an individual ticket where you have to pay $20 in advance and $25 at the door. The news article continues saying Nate Bargatze brings his humor to the Great Southern Bank Arena. Jeez, I can't speak.
It's okay.
Okay. Nate
Bargatze
brings his humor to Great Southern Bank Arena. This event will happen on February 22nd. It will be located at Great Southern Bank Arena, 685 South John Q. Hammonds Parkway. Comedian Nate Bargatze, hailed as the nicest man in stand-up, and he'll bring his clean-cut and relatable humor to the Great Southern Bank Arena in February. This show is part of his Big Dumb Eyes tour, named for his May 2025 book. For more information or tickets, visit GreatSouthernBankArena.com. The next event, Springfield Little Theater presents Sweeney Todd at Landers Theater. It'll happen on March 13th through 29th at the Landers Theater at 311 East Walnut Street. Springfield Little Theater will put on a production of Sweeney Todd, which follows a vengeful barber as he seeks justice against those who wronged him. The Gothic shows features murder, mystery, and humor. For more information, visit Springfield Little Theater at springfieldlittletheater.org/so/Sweeney-Todd. Next article. Broadway show Wicked comes to Juanita K. Hammonds Hall. It'll happen on April 22nd through May 3rd. It'll be at the Juanita K. Hammonds Hall, 525 South John Q. Hammonds Parkway. Here you can see the musical that inspired the movie, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia
Erivo.
The movie Wicked explores what happened before Dorothy came to Oz, following the stories of the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good. For more tickets, visit hammondshall.com. Oh, a lot of events going on today. This next event, you can celebrate the Mother Road with the National Route 66
It's okay. National Route
Centennial Kickoff Celebration. It'll happen through April 30th to May 3rd. It'll be in various Springfield locations, from a kickoff concert at the Great Southern Bank Arena featuring some of the biggest names in country, rock, and Americana, or is it Americana? Americana, to a black tie affair at the
Abu Ben Adlam Shrine Mosque.
Okay, to live entertainment through the weekend. Springfield is kicking off Route 66 Centennial with a bang. For more information, visit Route66Kickoff.com. And there's a picture of someone, a scene from Art Fest on Walnut Street on Saturday, May 2nd of 2022. And the photo is by Andrew Jansen / News-Leader.
It's somebody buying art.
It's someone buying art. All right, see local artists community at Annual Art Fest. This will happen through May 2nd to May 3rd. And it'll be on Walnut Street. Art Fest, one of the biggest outdoor art festivals in in Southwest Missouri, according to Springfield Arts Council, will run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. The festival features local artists, activities, food trucks, and more. Comedian Henry Cho,
Yep,
Henry Cho to perform at the Gilloy's Theater. This event will be happening on June 5th at the Gilloy's Theater, 325 Park Central East. Comedian Henry Cho, the first comedian to be inducted into the Grand Ole Opry since 1973, will bring The Empty Nest tour to Springfield. Cho is known for his clean comedy that draws on growing up in the southern United States as an Asian American. For more information, visit gilloystheater.com. Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte to kick off tour at Thunder Ridge. It'll happen on July 25th at the Thunder Ridge Nature Arena, 190 State Highway 86, Ridgedale. Heavy metal rock band Avenged Sevenfold and alternative rock band Good Charlotte will kick off their 16 tour with Thunder Ridge performance. Tickets are on sale now. For more information, visit livenation.com. Next, there's a picture of the band Guns N' Roses performing at Thunder Ridge at the Nature Arena in Ridgedale. Let's see. Guns N' Roses rocks at Thunder Ridge area, like I said earlier. When? December 12th. It'll be at September. I said September. Oh, it's September 12th, not December. Okay. It'll be at the Thunder Ridge Nature Arena, 190 State Highway 86 Ridgedale, like I said earlier. As part of its 2026 World Tour, rock band Guns N' Roses is performing at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena. According to a press release, shows include performances of fan favorites as well as gems for their back catalog. Tickets are on sale now. For more information, visit thunderridgenaturearena.com. Whoa, this article is going on and on.
It's okay. Right here.
Two more events to talk about in this article. All right. Springfield sister city to celebrate 30 years of Japanese Fall Festival on September 11th to 13. September 13, I mean.
Mizumoto
Japanese Stroll Garden at Springfield Botanical Gardens, 2400 South Scenic Avenue. The Springfield Sister Cities Association is celebrating its 30th year of the Japanese Fall Festival with Springfield Sister City Izakiya, Japan. Each year, the festival celebrates Japanese culture through demonstrations and interactions with a delegation of Izakiya citizens. All right. Last one of the article. Artists community to support the Gilloys with Imagine 2026. It'll be on December 5th at the Gilloys Theater, 325 Park Central East. Since 1985, local musicians have gathered to pay tribute to the late John Lennon and the Beatles while raising money to support the Gilloys Theater. Tickets are on sale through to July 1st.
starting on July 1st.
Oh, tickets go on sale on July 1st.
And that is the end of that article. It's okay. Springfield Daily Citizen. Kickapoo's Balance leads Lady Chiefs to third pink and white title in 3 years. Josie Salazar leads defensive effort to hold off number 2 seed Logan Rogersville. By Andy Carroll. there is a photo of the Kickapoo girls basketball team celebrating a win. They are holding their trophy over their head in the stadium. Kickapoo point guard Josie Salazar started the second half with a bucket before the Lady Chiefs wobbled for the only time in the White Division Championship game at the Pink and White tournament at the O'Reilly Family Event Center on Tuesday. Second-seeded Logan Rogersville went on a 6-point run that appeared poised to continue when forward Sydney Holland put the ball up near the rim. Salazar collapsed down low and leaped high to deny the open shot, and the Wildcats wouldn't get any closer. Former Link Academy guard Anya Perry scored a team-high 17 points, and Anya Doig added 15 points at top-seeded Kickapoo beat Logan Rogersville 56-45 to win the White Division Championship. Kickapoo led 31-19 at intermission and held a double-digit lead for most of the second half, except for the Wildcats' run early in the third quarter. They love to do a competition about every other week to see who can jump the highest out of the gym, and so any one of them can get a blocked shot, Kickapoo head coach Leslie Haunchy said. Josie is an all-state point guard for a reason. When things get crunched, whenever things get tight, she's cool under pressure. Our goal is to try and get 3 stops in a row, so I know that we're accumulating points, and that stop was a pivotal moment, Salazar said after she scored 12 points on the floor where she will compete at Drury next year. At the beginning of the season, we knew that we were going to have a really good crew coming in, and it's just good to see all of us together getting our moments. There is a video clip of the championship between the Lady Chiefs and their opponents. Senior center Lexi Ringgold was limited by injury on the second half, and the responsibility to guard Logan Rogersville.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Center Reagan Rasmunsi fell to Doig, a physical 5'5" forward. She's 5'5", but she plays like she's 6'1". We call her Fofo because she's a little bulldog. Haunchy said, I looked at her and I said, can you handle number 35, Rasmussen? And she just went, yeah. So it was just making sure she stayed between her and the bucket. Rasmussen fouled out midway through the final quarter with Kickapoo ahead 49-37 when an entry pass to Rasmussen was intercepted by Doig, who drove the length of the floor. Doig's shot missed, but second chances extended the possession, and eventually Rasmussen was whistled for fouling Doig. She got that steal, went down the court, got her shot blocked. Could have pouted, but she didn't, Haunchy said. Immediately went right back up with it and was able to get that 5th foul, and that was a huge momentum change for us. Haley Buckman scored 15 points for Logan Rogersville, and the Wildcat guard Miley McPherson scored 3 3-pointers and followed with 11 points. That is the end of my art.
All right. Next article is by Springfield Daily Citizen. Convoy of Hope's new facility will feed over 1 million children daily. A new automated manufacturing facility at Convoy's Brookline headquarters will go online this year. And it's by Zoe McIntyre.
Okay.
A new 50,000 square foot facility at Convoys of Hope's Brookline headquarters will be operational before the end of this year. And this photo is once again by
Zoe McIntyre.
Thank you.
Can you tell what the photo is?
Oh, the photo is the convoy of Hope being built. You can see like a blueprint, and it's all fenced up, and there's bulldozers everywhere, all that construction stuff. Convoy of Hope is getting ready to launch a new food manufacturing and packing facility located at the nonprofit's Brookline headquarters. Construction is wrapping up around the first quarter of 2026, and the facility will be operational before the end of the year. With 8 automated manufacturing lines, the facility will allow Convoy to begin producing commodities in-house for the first time. Part of the organization's goal is to expand its feeding program which serves school children in 39 countries. Ethan Forheads, Convert's Vice President of Public Engagement, said, "This is our first outing in this foray, and it's because of the need we see. It's just a game changer for Convoy of Hope. It positions us in a way to feed well more than 1 million children, 1 million children every school day, and it also helps us to meet the needs of the United States and by taking some control of ourselves. We're able to ramp it up and really utilize it to our highest capacity." Convoy's goal is to feed 1 million children around the world, and since COVID-19, Forheads said the nonprofit has also been observed an increase in the number of American working families who need
supplemental
meals at the end of each month. Facility will also provide hundreds of millions of meals annually. Facilities will produce hundreds of meals annually. Convoy's new facility will require a staff of about 10 people to operate the automated lines. Forheads said all this. And the lines will also combine raw beans and rice with seasoning to make complete meals. And in the future, the facility will create items like pasta and cereal. Nutritionists advise Convoy on the food as it distributes. They make sure that the meals have vitamins, minerals, and
micronutrients
that a child needs for the day, because it's likely, sadly, the only meal of the day that the child can have in many places where we work around the world, he said. The new facility will provide different types they'll produce different types of meals for people in the U.S. and around the world. He says, he explained, it's going to be a mixture of international and domestic, so it's hard to put a number on how many meals it will make. The number will be in the hundreds of millions. If all 8 lines were producing the same meal every day, the facility could create 776 million meals for the international distribution in a year, or 240 million for domestic distribution, he said. Forheads also added that the estimates were based on the facility operating with an 8-hour shift, and Convoy could double the production in the future by staffing people to work 2 shifts each day. The organization is funding farmers in Missouri and across the Midwest to supply banks commodities for manufacturing. The $8 million facility was made possible by private donations that, before it said, Q and Company LLC and Buxton Cubic Dodd Design Collective, the builders and the architects of Convoy's headquarters led the project. And there's a picture of more construction. A skywalk will connect the new manufacturing facility to Convoy's main building. And this photo is once again by Zoe McIntyre. And a small little note from the editor. This story was updated to reflect how the facility was funded. And that's it for that one.
All right, it's okay. Springfield Daily Citizen. With only incumbents filing, no April election needed for SPS Board of Education. Filing period closes for April 7th election. Judy Bruner said the lack of candidates doesn't mean the board can slow its work. This article is by Joe Hadsel. There is a picture of Judy Bruner, who is standing on the left, and Sharita Thomas Tate, being sworn into office as members of the Springfield School Board on April 11th, 2023 by the Greene County Clerk Shane Scholar. This photo is by Shannon Kay. Editor's note, free access to election coverage is made possible by the Merrill Lynch Nelson Hallum Group. Over the past few years, elections for the Springfield Board of Education has been getting expensive for candidates. This year, not a dime will need to be spent, and residents won't see a candidate's mailers, yard sign, or TV advertisements. Board members Sharita Thomas Tate and Judy Bruner were the only two candidates to file for their seats, which will open up in April. If signatures on petitions they filed are validated in January by the Greene County Clerk, then the two will be virtually assured of re-election, and voters will not see their names on the April 7th ballot. Bruner said that she met the news gratefully because a period of campaign fundraising is not necessary. She said she does not view a lack of candidates, however, as permission to not work as hard as a board member. An uncontested election does not lessen the responsibility in front of all of us, Bruner said. Our community expects, and quite frankly, deserves excellence from SPS, and we must continue to support student learning at every level. We cannot become complacent. The stakes are too high. Thomas Tate agreed and is grateful to continue working on the board. We are making good progress in Springfield Public Schools, Thomas Tate said. We are seeing a lot of positive things happening right now, and I think we are on a good trajectory, and I'd like to be a part of continuing to make that work. If as many candidates as open seats file, then an election will not be held, according to board policy. The deadline for candidates to file was Tuesday, December 30th. Each candidate must submit an application that includes a petition with signatures of at least 500 registered voters who also live in the district. The Greene County Clerk's Office will review and certify those petitions from Bruner and Thomas Tate in late January. Those packets are available for pickup in November. Unlike previous years, no other interested candidates picked up a packet, according to a district spokesman. Change in tone for election season. It marks a significant change from recent history. The past 4 years of elections have been competitive, with political movements getting involved in the nonpartisan race. Nowhere in that is that tone change more evident than the last time Bruner and Thomas Tate ran for the board. Thomas Tate and Bruner in 2023 defeated Chad Rollins and Landon McCarter in a trite election, where 274 votes were the difference between winning and losing. The election saw an infusion of cash from a conservative statewide political action committee. Thomas Tate, and to a lesser extent Bruner, were targeted in a negative campaign ad, fueled by the statewide money. In the ad, Thomas Tate's Christian faith was spun as having a hatred of American values. That 2023 experience almost kept Thomas Tate from running again, she said. It was such an ugly campaign experience, very hateful, and I didn't want to put myself through that again, Thomas Tate said. But my heart for school, kids, and education won out in the end. I decided to go ahead and run. In 2024, 7 people ran for 3 open seats, the candidates raising a high mark of more than $468,000 on their races. The same year, the Political Action Committee, United Springfield, formed as a nonpartisan group to compete against other, more political committees. Board members Susan Province, Danielle Kincaid, and Mariam Mohammed Kahani won the 2024 election. 4 people ran for 2 seats in 2025. Newcomers Gail Smart and Sarah Howe ousted incumbent Kelly Bryan and newcomer David Myers. No reason to fundraise for campaigns. Each year it has become increasingly more expensive for board members to run, Bruner said that was her least favorite part of the campaign, and she is grateful not to have to fundraise this election cycle. It will eliminate the need to go out and raise money, which, for me personally, was the hardest mountain that I climbed 3 years ago, Bruner said. It was never something I was comfortable doing, although I found people to be very receptive and generous, and I appreciated that a great deal, but I just had never been in the position where I was asking for something like that. Bruner raised $87,123.96 for that 2023 election, and Thomas Tate raised $59,813.93, according to documents filed with the Missouri Ethics Commission. Board members serve on a volunteer basis and do not receive a salary for performing their duties. Candidates are the only ones saving money. The district will not need to pay Greene County for holding an election. County Clerk Shane Scholar said that governmental agencies share the cost of an election based on the number of registered voters it represents, with the city of Springfield possibly weighing a ballot issue to again ask for a hotel tax measure. There was a possibility that SPS would have shouldered a bulk of that cost. Scholler reported that SPS paid $170,154.55 in 2024 and $154,312.15 in 2025 for board elections. If SBS were the only entity on the 2026 ballot, Scholler said its estimated costs would be $241,386.66. About the candidates. Thomas Tate is the longest-serving member of the board, first elected in 2020. She is a professor of communication sciences and disorders in the School of Healthcare Professions at Missouri State University. As part of her job, she researches language and literacy development and disorders in culturally and linguistically diverse students. She's also the founder of Ujima Language and Literacy, a nonprofit established in 2015 that helps strengthen literacy skills in its clients. Her first election in 2020 started out as competitive, with former board presidents Denise Frederick and Tim Rosenberry entering the race for 2 open seats. Rosenberry, however, backed out of the race to accept a job with the city of Springfield. That left Thomas Tate and Frederick to run unopposed. Bruner, currently the board's president, is a former principal of Wilder Elementary, Reed Middle, and Central and Parkview High Schools. She's also the co-owner of the EduSafe, an instructional solutions group, which provides professional development to teachers about bullying, threats of violence, emergency planning, literacy, and academic engagement. She is the author of Safe and Secure Schools, 27 Strategies for Prevention and Intervention, and has served on boards for groups such as Greene County Crime Stoppers, University Care Center, and the Springfield Public Schools Foundation. And that is the end of my article.
There's other articles, and it's like,
It's okay, that's why I put them in order.
yeah.
Here, would you like to read this one?
Oh, here's something to be excited about for the new year. Here are 15 restaurants, big projects that are coming to Springfield in 2026, and it's by Springfield News-Leader. I was getting there. And it's by Marta Miez. I was going to say the title.
It's okay.
All right, there are plenty of big projects in the works across the Queen City that locals and visitors alike can get excited to welcome in 2026. In the new year, Springfieldians? I just say Missourian. Anyway, people will see...
Springfieldians.
Can I just say people in Springfield?
Sure.
People in Springfield will see new dining options enter the scene, as well as several large public developments come to fruition. Fruition. I know how to speak. Anyway.
It's okay. You're okay.
While most public projects have remained on budget, the city of Springfield is still spending millions of dollars on several projects aimed at both improving infrastructure and adding to the quality of place. Commerce Bank Chief
Economist
Scott Colbert said since the COVID-19 pandemic, construction costs have continued to rise and outpaced the Consumer's Price Index. This has been due to the high labor costs as years-long employees retire and cannot be replaced at the same rate. Unionized laborers have had strong negotiating power, and construction materials have seen the impacts of tariffs imposed through 2025. Colbert says he expects this trend of high construction costs to continue in 2026. He noted non-governmental, non-residential construction has already slowed significantly, with private businesses taking a pause from new construction. Nevertheless, there are plenty of new eateries and public projects nearing the finish line in the upcoming year to get excited about. All right, and here's all the restaurants that'll be either reopening or coming back. Or, no, that's the same thing. That's either reopening or arriving for the first time. All right, first restaurant, we got a place called Thai and Timber Pizza Kitchen. And it's set to open its own pizza kitchen at 1453 East Cherry Street in early 2026. And this photo is by Marta Miez, the Springfield News-Leader.
What is the photo of?
Oh, it's a photo of the restaurant being constructed. It looks like 90s retro art on the back. And let's see. Thai and Timber Beer Company in the bustling Cherry and Pickwick area is expanding and adding its own pizza kitchen in the new 7,000 square foot space. The new restaurant will serve 3 different types of pizza: Detroit, California, and a thin and crispy tavern style. Anticipated completion. Completion, co-owner Kurt Marshall said they hope to quite open it as soon as possible, but felt confident it will be open within the first quarter of 2026. Second is a place called The Safe Spoon. The owners of the Nixa-based sensitively,
It's sweet bakery.
yes, it's just a wrong word.
It's okay.
It's a weird word.
It's okay.
They're opening an
Allergen-free
cafe in Springfield. The cafe plans to serve breakfast and lunch dishes free of gluten, dairy, eggs, nuts, soy, dyes, and mammal ingredients. It will also include a full-service coffee bar. The new restaurant is planned to be located on East Sunshine Street. The anticipated completion, the local restaurant is expected to open in February of this year, according to its social media pages. What the?
It's okay.
The screen just went small.
It's okay.
There we go. Come on.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Restaurant number 3, Springfield's First Hawaiian Bros. It's a fast casual chain known for its Hawaiian plate lunch plans to open its first Springfield location in the former Wendy's building at 1272 East Battlefield Road. Hawaiian Bros Island Grill offers meat and rice lunch, plates, wraps, dole soft serve, and spam
Musa.
Huh?
Musubi.
It's a type of sushi with
Teriyaki.
glazed spam. This anticipated completion, per a Hawaiian Bros representative, the new spot is expected to open up sometime between March or April.
It's okay. How about we just use the scroll bar?
Yeah. All right. Which one am I on for?
Right? It's okay. How about we just read exactly what's on the article?
Yes. Next up is Ebbets Field reopening. And there's a picture of Ebbets opening back up. All right. After the Springfield staple closed in early 2024, Sydney and Jared Davis purchased the building at 1027 East Walnut Street and have been planning to reopen it with all the nostalgia of the pub intact, including a menu similar to its pre-2022 iteration.
iteration.
Their anticipated completion, the Davises told the News-Leader via email they are planning to open it in spring of this year through a grand opening date that has not yet been set. Not sent. What's going on with the
It's
computer?
okay. It's okay. We've opened up 2 pages. Here, just keep reading this one.
Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
It's okay. Right here.
New Plaza Towers concepts are also announced. Under new ownership, after a foreclosure sale, Plaza Towers is bringing more amenities to the corner of Glenstone Avenue and Sunshine Street. Those include a Towers Comedy Club, a stand-up comedy and entertainment venue with a full restaurant and bar, and a Scratch & Co., a restaurant offering elevated comfort food and handcrafted cocktails. Their anticipated completion, according to a Facebook post by the Daily Blend, they're expected to arrive in the first quarter of 2026. All right. Next restaurant is Mumble's 1888. Springfield Brewing Company is set to open its own pub on Commercial Street dedicated to all things soccer. The new tap room will serve a wide selection of SBC beers and
Thai Ichida Das Spirits.
spirits. So like beer? Yeah.
Just spirits.
Yeah. They'll skip out on serving food and create a space for sports fans to gather. While Mumble's 1888 plans to show every English Premier League game live, it will also show all the classic sports beloved in the U.S. Their anticipated completion, co-owner Neil and Christina Chanter said via email they hope to open it by the end of January. All right. Next up is 4th Chipotle location. After opening a new location, the first with its drive-thru, Chipotlane features in October. Chipotle Mexican Grill has already started plans on its next location, and it's bringing its burritos and quesadillas to North Springfield at 2734 North Kansas Expressway, just south of Interstate 44. Their anticipated completion, the 4th Springfield location is expected to open up in late of this year, according to the previous News-Leader reporting. Next up is a newer, bigger Target. A second Target store is coming to Springfield on southeast corner of Sunshine Street and West Bypass as part of the Sunshine Town. Is that town spelled with an E?
Yes, Townie Center.
Townie Center. The approximately 148,000 square will include a drive-through fulfillment center for pickup and delivery orders. Bear with me for this one. Their anticipated completion. While previously anticipated to open up in 2025, the project ran into complications. Thomas Walker, the owner of a retail realty group that is developing the project, told Springfield City Council on November 3rd that the building was undergoing construction. It ran into issues with the water and sewer lines, and the site said it had, quote, some significant drainage issues with frequent flooding. The developer created a steam buffer to elevate.
Where are we? It's okay.
A stream buffer to alleviate flooding, but that also meant new sewer mains and water mains had to be added for utility connections. Yarko goes on to say, this project was just off the charts difficult to develop because of the flooding, the water, and the drainage, Walter told the council on November 3rd. He also went on to say, it was a very, very difficult site to develop, but we're all past that. A Target spokesman said there's currently not an estimated date of completion or opening for the store, but what we do have is this page. Hopefully it does open up soon. Next up is Jefferson Avenue footbridge, and there's a picture of a bridge with a road closed construction sign. Jefferson Avenue footbridge partially reclaims its spot across railroad tracks on Commercial Street on Friday, December 19th of 2025. To make way for long-awaited rehabilitation work, the bridge was disassembled but is now slowly being put back together, and this picture was posted by Marta Mias / Springfield News-Leader. The project for this one, the Jefferson Avenue footbridge on Commercial Street, is undergoing rehabilitation work that seeks to repair and replace deficient system and install lighting. Let me start over. The Jefferson Avenue footbridge on Commercial Street is undergoing rehabilitation work that seeks to repair and replace
deficient
structural members, stairs, and the wood decking, apply a new paint system, and install lighting. I knew there was more to the story.
It's okay.
Anyway, 2 elevators will also be added on, one on each side, to make the bridge accessible and to comply with the Americans with the Disabilities Act. The bridge has been closed for more than 9 years. To make way for the rehabilitation to work, the historic bridge was disassembled this summer, but it's slowly making its way back across the railroad tracks. The first section of rehabilitated bridge span was lifted into place over the rail yard on Friday, December 12th. The remaining bridge sections are expected to be installed back after the new year, once railroad traffic slows. Following the busy holiday shipping season, city senior communications coordinator Christine Malam said via email. Christine Milam, is that how you pronounce her name?
Kristen Milam.
Yeah, she said that during an email, via email. Okay, their anticipated completion. The rehabilitation team was hopeful for an early 2026 completion, but are now targeting a springtime reopening date. A rededication ribbon cutting ceremony has already been planned for the footbridge on May 2nd as part of Springfield's Route 66 Centennial kickoff celebration. Let's see, funding. Total cost of the project is approximately $13 million, funded largely through an $8 million state appropriation. I know these words.
It's okay. You're okay.
As of now, the project remains on budget. Next one is Grant Avenue Parkway, and there's like a picture of Grant Avenue Parkway. It's like a stone totem kind of thing. Once again, this photo is by Marta Mias, the Springfield News-Leader. Whoops.
It's okay.
All right. The project for this one, the Grant Avenue Parkway project creates an off-street pedestrian and bicycle pathway along Grant Avenue from Sunshine Street to College Street. In the works for years, the 3-mile pathway is now connecting downtown Springfield with Wonders of Wildlife Nation Museum and Aquarium. A key part of this project has been to spur development in the surrounding area. So far, 3 multi-family housing communities have been opened, several permits for the single-family remodels or new builds issued, and the Risdell Family Center for Great Futures, a Boys and Girls Club of Springfield facility on Catalpa has also opened. Their anticipated completion. Grant Avenue finally reopened to traffic on Tuesday, December 16th after much anticipation, and the project was delayed as a property acquisition and utility recollection. It took longer than expected. While the main parts of the project are complete, contractors are still expected to be on site in the spring to complete last items such as grass growth, landscaping, stripping, and cleanup. The funding for this, the total project cost $31 million. The majority of this, $21 million, comes from the federal money awarded to the city back in 2019. The local match is coming from city's utilities, contributing $4 million, and the city's 1 4 and 1/8 cent sales taxes make up for the remaining $6 million, according to a city news release. It also goes on to say that this is the largest project, both in budget and scope, that the city's public works have taken on. And there's more.
Yes.
Now there's a picture of Greene County courts expanding too. Pictures of, whoops.
It's okay. We're just going to go back and read the article.
Oh, it's a country jail. All right. The building that served as the former county jail at 10,000 North Boonville 1000 North Boonville Avenue is being revamped to allow the current Greene County Circuit Court facilities to expand. Family courts, juvenile court, and Greene County Youth Academy will move into the revamped space. The project also includes an expansive new secured one-stop entrance and lobby building that will house the country's pretrial service office, which has outgrown its current space. After the family court's personnel move over the new offices and courtrooms, their old space in the northwest corner of the Judicial Courts facility will be renovated to accommodate the public administrator's office. Administrator. Too many big words.
It's okay. You're okay.
Hey, their anticipated completion, the revamped jail building and new court entrance, is planned to be complete in late summer or early fall by this year, and the public administrator's office is expected to be complete in the first quarter of next year.
2027.
Slow down a bit, would you?
It's okay.
All right. Their funding, the project totals $24 million and is currently on budget. It is mainly funded by bonds that were purchased with half
Swent County
Swent
Generals.
Revenue sale tax passed by voters in 2017. Whatever this
It's
means.
okay.
Anyway, some funding for the American Rescue Plan Act, or RAPA, have also been used for the HVAC system. The county's senior project manager, Rob Rigdon, told the News-Leader via email recent estimates of furniture costs and the court's security screening equipment with newer technology has exceeded to what is initially budgeted, and said, I quote, "The costs are being evaluated for options and additional funding from other sources, including interest on our ARPA funds that has accumulated." Next up is an animal shelter. A new animal shelter. And it'll be built at 3303 West Division Street, and will span nearly 9,000 square feet and will include more than 5,000 square feet of canine housing, as well as 3,200 square feet of office space. In addition to the new building, the property will also have an outdoor run for animals, a centralized drain system, and easy parking for the public. It will also replace the current shelter that dates all the way back to the 1930s and cannot accommodate the needed needed capacity of today. Yeah. So basically, the stuff from the 1930s will be all gone. Anyway, after a groundbreaking discovery in July,
Just in a groundbreaking in July.
yes, the exterior siding is in place. The floors, walls, and ceilings are currently in progress of construction, and the parking lot pavement is expected to be complete soon. Per Anna Creamer,
Anna Creamer.
the public information officer for the Springfield Greene County Health Department. This new animal shelter is estimated to be completed in spring of this year, and both the city of Springfield and Greene County are contributing money. Greene County is contributing $1.5 million from the countywide 0.5% general sales tax that voters approved in 2017, and the city is putting on $3.4 million towards the project from its poverty tax. The total of this project costs the total of this costs roughly $4.9 million. Next one is Renew Jordan Creek. Downtown Springfield as Renew Jordan Creek project hits midpoint. The project spans two large blocks in the urbanized center of Jordan Valley Park, bordered on the east by Boonville Avenue, Water Street, and the railway on the south Main Avenue of. My brain just stopped.
Main Avenue on the west.
On the west, and Mill Street on the north. Sorry about that. The goal of this project is to
mitigate,
like slow down.
Yes.
Okay, is to slow down flooding.
Nope, just say mitigate.
Mitigate flooding, improve water quality, and to provide for innovative quality of place and economic development improvements by bringing the buried creek back into the daylight. Since the project hit a halfway point in October, contractor Bronco executed a 48-hour construction of precast box culvert system underneath the BNSF rail line running alongside the project, and a lot of work is it's still remaining including construction of cast-in-place box culverts east of Boonville, as well as many surface improvements such as plaza areas and landscaping. This anticipated completion, the overall project is expected to be complete in late 2026 after hitting its halfway mark in October. There are additional phases of the larger Jordan Creek master plan that includes improvements at Founders Park at 414 North Jefferson Street that has not been yet slated for construction. The total price tag for this phase sits around $33 million through construction itself, and it costs $26.8 million, and the project is being funded by a
Plethora
of grant funds, pandemic relief funds, and local money, including $6.5 million in special obligation bonds. Millam said via email that in a state revolving fund loan is also used as a key source of construction funding, and the project remains on budget, though there have been a few recent change orders due to the complex nature of the project, she said. And last one is the historic City Hall, and there's a the The rehabilitation work to clean up and modernize the 131-year-old building on Chestnut Expressway has been ongoing and complex. One of the main goals of the project is to bring the building up to modern code standards and make it ADA accessible. That work will include a new internal staircase, a new large elevator enough for a gurney, replacement of all mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, modern office spaces for city departments, and revamped chambers for city council meetings. So basically, they're going to make it modern. The work already completed includes stripping up to 7 layers of lead-based paint, the demolition of a single-story addition to the building, and the removal of walls and carpet to open up more to the building. City's principal engineer Tom Dancy estimated at a council meeting December 15th that the work on the historic building will be complete by the end of 2026, and with council and city staff to move back into historic City Hall in early next year. Up to this point, the project is estimated to cost $23.24 million. Whoa. This is funded through the city's level property tax, local American Rescue Plan Act funds, general fund carryover funds, bonds, energy efficiency, and conservation block grant, and a grant from Abilities First, according to city documents. At the December 15th Springfield Council meeting, the team working on the project requested an additional $3.1 million to be funded by the level property tax reserves. David Atkinson with G.E. Dunn, who is leading the construction, said ongoing work on the building has revealed a need for further
Abatement.
and adjustments to the current work, as well as desires for additional audio visual system improvements throughout the building, and interior signage have also added to the costs. He also noted that cast iron roof drain pipes will also need to be replaced after the leaking was discovered. The elevator shaft will also have to be moved from where it was intentionally anticipated, and even water management solutions are needed to address moisture infiltration in the basement. Council has yet to approve the use of the additional $3.1 million on the project and is expected to vote on the matter at its next meeting on January 12th. If it's approved, the price tag for the rehabilitation work will come to more than $26 million. That's the end of that one.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, providing significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 and older benefit from a 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, MSU's list of inductees into its Athletics Hall of Fame includes sports writer Lyndall Scranton. Inductees include the 1963 national champion men's golf team and 7 athletes. This article was written by Steve Pokin. There is a picture of sports writer Lyndall Scranton sitting on the right, interviewing Missouri State basketball team member Caesar Edwards on the team's media day of October 19th, 2023 at the Great Southern Bank Arena. They are sitting across from one another at a table as Lyndall Scranton conducts his interview. This photo was brought to us by Jen Wilson. Missouri State University will induct Springfield Daily Citizen's contributing sports writer Lyndall Scranton, 7 former athletes, and a national championship team as part of its Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2025-2026. Scranton is a longtime local sports writer who has covered MSU sports for decades. He worked at the Springfield News-Leader from 1979 to 2015. In 1989, he became Missouri State's primary beat writer and served in that capacity until his retirement. After Scranton left the News-Leader, he became a public relations director for Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland and has been contributing sports reporter for the Springfield Daily Citizen. Scranton is this year's winner of the Don Payton Award. Payton, who died in 2014 at 87, was former director of information and publications for MSU. He retired from MSU in 1987. Payton also wrote over 75 plays that were published and worked as a local sports reporter on TV and in print. The award that bears his name was created in 2017. It is given to someone who is neither coach nor an athlete. This year's Hall of Fame ceremonies will take place at 10 a.m. Saturday, February 14th, with a brunch at the Old Grass Palace. At the Old Grass Place, 521 East St. Louis Street, Springfield. Tickets are $25 and can be purchased through the Bears Fund by phone at 417-836-5427 or email at Paige Grimshaw, spelled PAIGEGRISHAM, at missouristate.edu. The 50th Missouri State Athletics Hall of Fame class will also be honored at halftime of the Bears' 2 p.m. basketball game versus Delaware, also on February 14th. Tickets are available at MissouriStateBears.com/tickets or by calling 417-836-7678 during regular box office hours. 1963's men's golf team. This year's inductee is the 1963 men's golf team under head coach Andy McDonald. The Bears won the first ever NCAA College Division, now Division II, national championship with team members Bill Lucas, Larry Gooch, John Hennage, Dick Baxter, Jim Wheeler, and Bruce Hollowell. The Bears hosted the national meet at Grandview Golf Course in Springfield and the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletics Association champions beat out Aquinas College of Michigan by 11 strokes. The rest of the 2025-2026 Hall of Fame class includes the following standout athletes: basketball players Elise Johnson, Williamsport, Pennsylvania; Tyona Snow, Blue Springs; and Kyle Weems, Topeka, Can. Volleyball setter Chanel Bayless, Gomer, Springfield; track and field standout Kurt Brand, Springfield; swimmer Andy Rojas, Maracay, Venezuela; and baseball relief pitcher Bob Zimmerman, St. Louis. Profiles, alphabetically, are as follows: Chanel Bayless, Gomer, volleyball 2000 and 2003. The stand-up setter was a 4-year All-MVC performer and MSU career assets leader 5,431. At the conclusion of her career, she ranked number 3 all-time in Missouri Valley Conference history in assists, while her 1,469 assists in 2000 is still a Bears freshman record. Her career accolades include Conference All-Region 2003, Conference All-Newcomer Team, and Conference All-Tournament Team, Conference Player of the Week 3 times, and Conference Freshman of the Week 2 times. Gomer helps lead the Bears to a 27-6 record conference championship. An NCAA tournament appeared in 2003. In addition to holding MSU's career assist record, she ranks 10th all-time in attack percentage, .293, 14th in sets, 459, and 16th in digs, 1,213. Kurt Brand, men's track and field, 1985-1987. Brand is the Missouri State men's track and field record holder in the indoor 6'10" and outdoor 7-foot high jump. He was 2-time conference high jump champion in 1986 and 1987 indoors. He also claimed the conference outdoor high jump title in 1986 and finished triple in the triple jump that same year. He earned the Bears team MVP award in 1987 from Coach Richard Clark. Alice Johnson, men's basketball, 2016-2018. Johnson was a two-time All-District and All-Conference first-time selection for Coach Paul Lusk. He finished second in the 2018 Conference Player of the Year voting and led the conference in rebounding and doubles in both seasons. Johnson finished his two-year career with 982 points and 735 rebounds in 66 games, 14.9 PPG, 11.1 RPG, with 37 double-doubles. His 384 season rebounds in 2017 to 2018 ranks number 3 in school history. He also earned Conference Newcomer of the Year and Conference All-Tournament Teams laurels in 2016 to 2017. The NBA's Indiana Pacers drafted Johnson in 2018. Andy Rojas, women's swimming and diving, 2004 to 2008. Rojas from Venezuela was a 4-time All-Conference honoree for Coach Jack Steck. She was the 2005 to 2006 Conference Swimmer of the Year. She won 7 individual conference championships, including 3 in the 200-yard individual medley, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2 in the 100-yard butterfly, 2005 and 2006, and 2 in the 200-yard butterfly, 2005, 2006. She was part of a conference championship run by the Bears in 2005, 2006, and 2008, and was also a 4-time conference Scholar Athlete Team honoree. Tiana Snow, women's basketball, 2012 to 2016. Snow became just the 3rd player in Missouri's Valley Conference history to earn Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year honors in the same season, 2015 to 2016. She did that her senior season en route to NCAA tournament run under Coach Kelly Harper. She was a 3-time All-Conference player and 3-time member of the All-Conference defensive team. She also led the Lady Bears to a 2015 appearance in the Women's National Invitational Tournament and set club records for steals in season, 109, and career 352. She was named Conference Freshman of the Year in 2013 and was a 4-time Conference Player of the Week. Kyle Weems, men's basketball, 2008 to 2012. Weems was an Associated Press All-America honorable mention selection in 2012 and a 2-time All-Conference first team selection under coaches Cuonzo, Martin, and Paul Lusk. There is a picture of Kyle Weems as he is wearing his 34 jersey and pointing at the sky while he is standing in the auditorium. The caption reads, "Just like Missouri State, Kyle Weems became a crowd favorite for virtuous Bologna during his 4 seasons with the team." He points skyward in tribute to his late father, Kevin Weems, after helping the team win the Euro Cup championship in 2022. Weems was named in 2011 Larry Bird Player of the Year in the Missouri Valley Conference after leading Martin's Bears to a 28-9 record, the conference regular season title, and an appearance in the National Invitation Tournament. He led the Bears in scoring, rebounding, steals, and block shots each of his last 3 seasons, and is Missouri State's all-time leader in games played, 134. Weems currently ranks number 2 all-time in program history in scoring, 1,868, and number 4 in rebounds, 844, and is also the Great Southern Bank Arena all-time leader in both categories. He enjoyed a 14-year-old professional career after his remarkable collegiate career at MSU. Scranton wrote about Weems for the Springfield Daily Citizen in 2023. Bob Zimmerman, baseball, 2001 to 2003. Zimmerman was a mainstay coach for Coach Keith Gutton's baseball Bears. He played a significant role in the team's 2003 NCAA College World Series run. He earned Collegiate Baseball Freshman All-America, American Baseball Coaches Association All-Region, and Conference Freshman of the Year honors in 2001, after going 7-3 with 6 saves and a 2.28 ERA. In his junior season, Zimmerman earned NCAA All-Regional Tournament honors to go with his 90 strikeouts, a season total that ranked 7th on MSU's single-season list of the time. Likewise, his 13 career saves, 2nd, and 183 strikeouts, 9th, both ranked among the Bears' all-time top 10 when he concluded his career. Zimmerman was selected by the Angels in the 4th round of the 2003 Major League Baseball draft. All right, that is the end of my article.
Can I use the bathroom after this one? All right. All right, next article is by Springfield Daily Citizen. How a Springfield farmer built a life in music without leaving home. Dallas Jones writes songs on a tractor, plays gigs at night, and built a sustainable music life rooted in family and the Ozarks. And this article is by Michael O'Brien. Okay, well, there's a picture of Dallas Jones just at some sort of bar or something. He's holding a guitar on stage. There's Christmas trees. While performing, Dallas Jones studies the audience, and he says, if something gets an especially positive reaction, I'll do a couple more of these. When you're in the entertainment business, you're there to give people what they want. Once again, this photo is by Mike O'Brien. Friends and fellow musicians marvel at the extraordinary number of songs, around 350, that Springfield troubadour Dallas Jones has churned out during the past 2 decades. As and they find it remarkable that Jones finds time to play several gigs a week while also running the family's large farm. Turns out those 2 pursuits are linked. I write most of my songs while driving a tractor, says the 47-year-old Jones, who has followed his grandfather Rex and dad Dog running the cattle and hay operation on 1,000 acres
Adjacent
to Springfield Branson National Airport. When I'm on a tractor for 10 or 12 hours a day, I'll sing stuff into my phone to record it. Sometimes I'll just do one line and one line here, one line there, maybe a chorus or something. Once in a while, I'll start humming something and babble what we call dummy lyrics to get a melody out, but almost always lyrics come first. That's when I get home, pick up an instrument, and see what comes out of it. As if those activities weren't enough to fill days well into night, Jones also reserves quality time with his wife, Melanie, who teaches at Willard Central Elementary School, and their sons, Grant, who is 16 years old, and Noah, who is 14 years old. The article goes on to say, making music without leaving home behind. Oh, and there's a picture of a dog and Dallas just petting him. He looks so happy. The article by this picture says, every farm needs a good farm dog, and at Dallas Jones's place, that role is eagerly and ABLY. Eagerly and
Abby filled
by Stella. Oh, is Stella the dog's name? That's cute. I can see. Although he has attracted loyal fans as a musical performer and admiration from colleagues as a prolific music composer, he just keeps pumping them out. All the local songwriters love him and hate him for that. Jokes occasional stage mate Brandon Moore. Jones says it's only in recent years that he's felt comfortable introducing himself as a musician. It used to be when somebody would ask what I do for a living, I would always just say, I'm a farmer. Now I finally will say, I'm a farmer slash musician, or maybe musician slash farmer, depending. Joan pauses, then clarifies, I actually don't consider myself as being in the music business. I think of myself as being in the entertainment business. Because in the music business, you got to be out there, always promoting yourself, willing to get into a van and drive across the country to gigs, neglect your wife and kids for several years, and even then, nothing may happen career-wise. The music business is rough, it's cruel, you got to give up on everything, and you also got to really commit. But I like to be home at night. I like seeing and being with my family every day. And fortunately, we have several places around here that will pay someone to sit in the corner for a couple hours and play music that people just want to hear and be entertained by. The article goes on to say, learning music by ear and not the book. Neither farmer nor musician, let alone a combination, were job titles that Jones aimed for while growing up. He worked on the farm from an early age, of course, but by the time he entered college, he had designs on getting into the advertising profession. However, Jones has been intrigued by the musical activities from his older brother, Jeff. He says when Jeff was a freshman in high school, when he was in a musical, Jones recalls, I was in 5th or 6th grade, and I remember watching him on stage and just being transfixed, thinking, that's amazing. Jeff got a guitar a couple of years later. When Jeff was gone, I'd sneak into his room and try to figure out how to play it, but there came a point when he told me, get your own guitar. So my grandpa bought me my own for my 14th birthday. And there's a picture of Dallas Jones setting up the speakers, microphones, amplifier by his garage. This photo is once again by Mike O'Brien. Jones never received formal lessons on how to play guitar, but again, following his older brother's lead, he applied his self-described very high tenor singing voice to choirs in junior high and high school, Willard High, class of 1996. And like Jeff, his singing ability won him a vocal music scholarship to Drew University, where he majored in communication. As things turned out, I wish I would have majored in music. That would have made a lot more sense. I never took a music theory class, obviously. I wish I would have. I did take one piano class from an organist at Drury, who was the accompanist for the choir. Her name was Dr. Erline Mulder, and she was a legend. She taught me some stuff, but I could never read music. So I would learn pieces by ear. I would look at the page, and when I played for her, I would look at the page when I played for her, but she would say, "You're not reading the music, Mr. Jones." And I'd say, "No, but I'm playing it." For my final presentation, she made me do one song from sheet music, but then she allowed me to play it once. I think it was an Elton John song, just the way I wanted to play it. Jones performed with 2 choirs, concert and chamber at Drury, but if you're just in choir after you get out of school, what do you do? Which is sad. After receiving his diploma in communication in spring by the year 2000, Jones interviewed for jobs in the advertising field. But it quickly became clear to me that I can't work in an office. I thought, I don't want anything to do with this. So I went to Europe for 3 or 4 months of backpacking, got a
Ural
pass, and went to something like 15 countries, and it kind of changed my perspective. By Christmas of the year 2000, Jones has returned to the Ozarks and the family farm. We've never had a big serious conversation about this is what I'm going to do with my life. But I just asked my dad, is it okay if I keep working here? And he said, sure. We also had a house building business for a while too. I never really planned on being a farmer, but I thought, well, maybe this isn't so bad. I'll do it for a little while, but I've just kept doing it, and I still am after 25 years later. And there's a picture of Dallas Jones in his home office singing, and he's got a keyboard and a microphone. Once again, this photo is by Mike O'Brien. On weekends, Jones joined friends for rock climbing adventures in Arkansas and floating in Ozarks streams. And as young men are wont to do, Jones and his buddies frequented local clubs in the evening, especially those featuring live music. By this time, Jones had developed a taste for the music of recording artists who were singer-songwriters like Bob Dylan, John Price, the Beatles, John Denver, etc. In parentheses, it says right here, recently Jones has incorporated several Taylor Swift songs to his
repertoire
and is learning songs by Chappell Roan, who also, although they share Willard roots, Jones has never met. I like their songwriting. I like who they are as artists and what they stand for, he says. He also followed local musicians, such as the family band Big Smith was a big favorite, featuring local musician Jody Bailew, his brother Mark, and his 3 cousins. Jim Staley, literally a lifelong pal of infancy through college and beyond, remembers a significant night at the former Outland nightclub in downtown Springfield in spring of 2001. Right here.
Mark Bilyeu
was playing a solo show. We're giving Dallas a hard time, saying, why don't you go up there and sing one of Mark's songs? And Dallas goes, no, that's not how it works. But we created this kind of commotion, and Mark noticed. He finally said, Dallas, why don't you come up here and sing a song? So Dallas got up there and sang once, and it sang great. He sang great. And Mark said, well, I guess you shouldn't let other people sing your song if they're going to do it better than you do. Staley also adds, my impression was that Dallas really enjoyed being up there on that stage, and that a big part of him was deciding, maybe I can do this. Jones agreed. He began returning for open mic night, opportunities to gain experience before audience. Gesundheit. At first, he only covered other songs, but a friend suggested he tried writing some of his own songs. So when I came back the next week, I've written a couple, he says. I don't remember what they were, but they got me started, and I haven't stopped. By the end of that summer, Jones had written enough songs to fill a compact disc. So, with assistance from Mark Bilyeu, he booked studio time to record his first album. The model I grew up on was write 10 songs, go into a studio and make a CD, sell the CD, and hope you make your money back and maybe a little bit extra, he explains. Now, nobody makes money off of recorded music anymore, but it was the thing to do back then. Oh, the date of his first day in the recording studio was September 11th, 2001. Ooh. At that morning's news reports have been arriving with word of terrorists crashing jet lines into the World Trade Center in New York and the Pentagon in Washington. But there was still debate over whether to continue with the recording session. But we decided to go ahead, Jones said, because we wanted to make something beautiful in the world on a day that was so terrible. Jody Bilyeu says that the first album that Jones recorded with Mark Bilyeu is a household favorite that I love to hear Dallas sing. Jody now fronts a band that includes some members of Big Smith and is slyly named Little Jones. which is a running gag at some Little Jones gigs. A running gag at some Little Jones gigs is to joke that Dallas is a band member. Meanwhile, Mark
Bilieu
now performs with his wife Sydney Wolfe and the folks music duo The Creek Rocks. When music stopped being a hobby, literally a one-man band, Dallas Jones in his own roadie using a car transfer sound equipment that he somehow crams into his
subcompact
car into a local brewery for a recent gig. This photo is once again by Mark O'Brien. And over the years, Jones has recorded a total of 10 albums, and even though CD sales are not a big thing anymore, his music is downloadable from internet services and can be found on YouTube. However, to make
appreciable income
as a local musician, live gigs are the best bet now. For the first few years, Jones treated music mostly as a hobby, booking only occasional gigs, many of which didn't pay. He also tried playing in bands for a while, but it was difficult to balance group practice schedules and a far-ranging concert dates with his responsibilities at the farm. His credits teaming up with local
virtuoso
Molly Healy
Yep.
for convincing him to consider music as more than just hobby. The two had met in the early 2000s when Healy began lending her violin talents to Big Smith, and Jones occasionally opened up shows for the band. Healy recalls, "I say it with Dallas sometimes. I enjoyed that because he's always had such an honest sound, simplicity in the best way possible. I really admire Dallas because he does something I cannot do. He could sit down and carry an entire show with just him and his guitar." In addition to the violin, Healy plays the cello and guitar and uses electronic looping gear to build and play multi-track songs in front of audiences. Along with solo performances in recent years, she has also been a member of the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, half of the Lacewings duo with Liz Carney, and she heads her own Molly Healing string project. Through the 2010s until COVID crisis crippled live music venues in the early 2020s, Healy spent Sunday evenings performing with Jones at Springfield Brewing Company. The experience was an eye-opener for Jones. He explains, "It was the first regular gig I ever had. I started playing one or two songs other times a week, maybe 10 or so gigs a month. But after the pandemic hit, I did the math and it became clear why I'd be making music amounted to more than just nice extra hobby money. We'd come to rely on that money and we're going to continue to need it. I had to figure out how to get it back. Farming, at least in our situation, unfortunately can't be our sole source of income. It was a scary time. We didn't know if places would ever start hiring again, but I decided that if they did, I was going to be more intentional. Up to that point, I'd rarely contact venues looking for work. I'd just wait for them to contact me. But I decided to start taking the approach of I'm going to reach out up to 4, 5, or 10 places and see if I can get some dates on the calendar." Yeah.
That's when I really started kicking into high gear. Well, I still can. That's another thing as I've gotten older. I can feel the strain in my voice. Maybe I can't quite hit that note like I used to. Maybe it takes me longer to recover from a gig than it used to. I'm terrible at taking care of my voice, but there are some tricks I've learned over the years, like not singing too hard or loud. I see younger singers who just belt it out with no microphone, but if I did that, I'd lose my voice in 30 seconds. Making hay while the sun shines, so to speak. Healy says Jones had helped her out, both as a friend. Dallas is always there for you if you need him. He shows up. And as a fellow musician. When I decided to go out and do the solo thing, Dallas had already been doing it for a long time, and he taught me those ropes. Which microphones to get, which mic stands to use, which amplifiers were best for solo artists. For my first several solo gigs, he let me borrow his gear and kind of set me up. He really has been one of the biggest influences and helped me get my solo thing off the ground. Like other colleagues, Healy is amazed at Jones' output of original songs. When we were doing the Bruco gigs, almost every week he'd come in with a new song. We never wrote songs together, but we often were the first to hear each other's music. I just thought that was really cool. Another admiring musician, the Hillbenders, is Jimmy Ray, who is also an arts reporter and a host on a public radio station, KSMU. Like Jones, Ray is a product of Willard High School. But Dallas and I didn't hang out with each other back then because we were in different classes. They did cross paths at Drury, and after graduation, they played together in a Beatles cover band for a while. Dallas is salt of the earth, a true blue friend who would help anyone with anything, anytime, said Ray. He's a prolific songwriter and a family man, a hardworking farmer, and a music professional. He's also a master trader. He regularly brings people and items together. Between the tractor and the stage, there is a photo of Dallas standing on a tractor as he looks over his fields. This photo is provided by Mike O'Brien. When not on a tractor or on a stage, Jones focuses on a family. Melanie and their sons are very supportive of his music, he emphasizes, but music doesn't play a big role around the house. He has a home office outfitted with an electronic keyboard and a couple of guitars, including a treasured Takamine that he acquired in Izaki, Japan, in 2023, when he represented Springfield in the sister city's cultural exchange program. But I don't practice much at home because I play so often, he says. There's an upright standard piano in the living room. My younger son, Noah, came to us about 2 years ago and said, I want to take piano lessons. And I was like, whoa, okay. But I'm still waiting for that spark. He can play, but he doesn't practice as much as he probably should. I know how that is. I learned to play just as a vehicle to accompany myself so I could sing. But he can sit down and play some stuff that I have to say, wow, I didn't know if I could play that. Jones said that both sons have good singing voices, whether they realize or admit it. Maybe they won't be musicians, but I hope they'll appreciate music. I hope they find some inspiration from somewhere or somebody, but it's probably not going to be from me. Jones also is introducing the boys to farm life. He turns older son Grant loose on the tractor once in a while. I don't foresee my kids doing farming, but I don't know. I didn't think I'd be a farmer when I was their age either. But for me, farming and music have worked well together because I can usually be flexible with the farming. The flexibility is why I can book 25 gigs a month. Yes, there are times of the year when we work 80 hours a week, but I still get off at 7 or 8 and I can still go play a gig. It's hard sometimes, but it's just what I've got to do. It's what I want to do for another 10 years at least, and hopefully more. If that plan pans out, it'll probably lead to more stories like one that Brandon Moore enjoyed telling recently. The other night, Dallas and I were setting up for a gig, and then we had a little time to sit and visit before we started playing. I asked him how his day had been. He said he'd almost gotten killed by a cow. And I go, what the? But then I remembered that he's a farmer too. Most of us aren't likely to be killed by our jobs. Dallas is one of a kind. That is the end of that article. From the Springfield News-Leader. Springfield School launching pilot program to train HVAC technicians. SBS official Ben Hackenworth said students will get paid while they are learning to have the option to earn nationally recognized credentials. This article is written by Claudette Riley. Springfield Public Schools will soon launch a pilot program that will allow 2 students to gain hands-on training in HVAC and related electrical systems while pursuing a high school diploma. The pilot is the first time the district will be a part of the Missouri's Registered Youth Apprenticeship Program, a structured career pathway that connects students with employers, in high-demand industries. The apprentices, who are paid, will gain on-the-job training and experiences while also earning industry-recognized credentials and college credit. There is a picture of Ben Hackenworth, Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer for Springfield Public Schools, at the meeting, leaning forward over a desk as he listens to the speaker. Superintendent Granita Luthan said the pilot will allow the district to establish the internal systems, compliance process, and best practices necessary before expanding the program in other career and technical education, or CTE, options. We've made a concerted effort around our CTE programs and opportunities for students, definitely in middle and high schools, over the past several years, and this was another opportunity, she said in December 19th interview with the News-Leader. We have a need in our district for employees on the operational side of the house, especially HVAC. The program administered in partnership with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and the U.S. Department of Labor will also build the workforce within the SPS and give student skills that will translate into a career. The plan is to launch the program in January. SPS will accept applications and students will go through a standard hiring and vetting process, just like other district employees. Ben Hackenworth, Chief Strategy Innovation Officer, said the district has been interested in engaging with the Registered Youth Apprenticeship program for several years. One of the challenges is we're providing student apprentices to industry, and there is a lot of supervision, a lot of training that goes along with that. He said, Hackenworth said given the demand for trained HVAC professionals in the district and community, it made sense to start there. The district has explored models that have worked elsewhere. The way this really happened is we had a need, he said. He added, we saw a way we could be both the sending school district and the employer in a high-demand field and began to grow our own. Hackenworth said the first 2 apprentices for the pilot should be able to start out of the district's General Service Center, which is located on Chestnut Expressway in the spring. Students will get paid while they're learning, which is a great benefit to students, he said. This particular model is a 6,000-hour model. Students can earn up to 2,000 of those hours while they're in school and then go to work to complete their apprenticeship, if they choose to, get a nationally recognized credential from the U.S. Department of Labor. Hackenworth said the credential is sought after by employers. Kids just get a huge jump on their career by doing this, he said. Our hope is that we will retain those students and they become great employees for SPS, but if not for SPS, somewhere here in our community. The district is purposely starting small, but if the approach works, the plan is to expand. We already had meetings set up with other employers interested in partnering for this same sort of model, Hackenworth said. There's a lot of interest out there, and this is a great jumping off point for us. Next article, Springfield Daily Citizen. Indiana-bound swimmer Emma Belk continues to represent Springfield well on national stage. Belk, a Springfield Catholic student, also medaled at state cross-country meet in November. This article is written by Andy Carroll. There is a picture of Emma Belk in an Indiana sweatshirt, and it is recognizing her as Citizen Athlete. This Athlete of the Week profile is made possible by our healthcare sponsor, Mercy, construction sponsor, Nesbitt Construction, and Daily Citizen Athlete of the Year scholarship sponsors, Absolute Dental and Dumpster417.com. Emma Belk used to pretend she was a mermaid at the Twin Oaks Country Club swimming pool. Even with both legs tucked into a monofin, Emma's talent was so evident that her grandmother took the child to Springfield Aquatics for formal training. Nearly a decade later, at the 2025 Speedo Junior National Championships, where America's elite high school swimmers compete against the best, Emma proved once again she is part of that world. Belks placed 6th overall in the 200-yard butterfly event on December 13th with a personal best time of 1 minute, 58 seconds, and 1/10 of a second at the Lee and Joe Jamal Texas Swimming Center in Austin, Texas. The Springfield Catholic senior is committed to swim at the University of Indiana next year. It was really exciting. It was really fast, Belk said at the Junior Nationals. A lot of great people were there. I got to see a lot of my future teammates at IU, and it ended up being a pretty good meet for me. Belk is a decorated endurance athlete, also earning medalist honors at the state cross-country meet in November for Catholic. In the pool, she has thrived at Springfield Aquatics under Blair Bish, now an assistant coach at Dartmouth University, and Pete Hill, the head coach of the Nixie Eagles swim program. With her last appearance at Junior Nationals in the books, Emma went right back to work. I just got back from traveling last week, and I wanted to feel my stroke again. Belk said, I had a little stroke reset, just needed to get everything back on track. My first meet back will be in late January, and my next big meet will be in March at state sectionals in Columbia. There is a picture of Emma Belk as she is swimming between lanes. This is a submitted photo. If Belk repeats her swim time from Junior Nationals, she will surpass her Missouri Sectionals meet record in the 200-yard butterfly, 1 minute 58 seconds and an eighth of a second. Belk will also look to break her meet record in the 100-yard butterfly event, 52 seconds and 93% of a second. I'm meticulous, I would say, about everything that I do. Everything that I do has a purpose, Belk said. Before in the blocks, I just need to keep breathing and relax. Whenever I tense up, I don't do as well as I should. I like to listen to fun music and dance behind the blocks. I feel like it keeps me going. Belk officially signed with Hoosiers on National Signing Day in November after the family atmosphere in Bloomington won her over. When you go on your visits, you have a host. They take you around and you sleep in their bed while they sleep on the floor, which I feel very bad about, she says. My hosts were just so friendly and they invited me to their house, to their home. The coaches really care about you as a person. They want to get to know you outside of the pool. Emma's skills in the pool, especially in the demanding butterfly stroke, will boost an ascending Hoosiers program under head coach Ray Luz. Belk credits the early day at the Twin Oaks pool when she imagined she was under the sea. The mermaid kick is very similar to the dolphin kick for butterfly, so it just kind of transferred over from using my mermaid tail, Belk said. And that is the end of that article. Springfield News-Leader. Missouri's minimum wage increase January 1st. What to know? This article is written by Ahmed Jawadi. Good news for minimum wage workers in Missouri. In 2026, their paychecks will go up. Here's what to know. What is the minimum wage in Missouri in 2025? The minimum wage was $13.75 per hour. What will Missouri's minimum wage be in 2026? Missouri's minimum wage will increase to $15 per hour effective January 1st, 2026. What will the tipped minimum wage be in Missouri in 2026? Given that employers in the state are required to pay tipped employees at least 50% of Missouri's minimum wage, these employees will see their wages increase to at least $7.50 per hour, not including tips. If their tips aren't enough to bring their total earnings to at least $15 per hour, then employers must pay them additional difference. Will the minimum wage increase in Missouri every year? After Missouri voters approved Proposition A in 2024, Missouri's minimum wage was set to increase to $15 per hour in 2026, with adjustments each year after that based on the Consumer Price Index. But a bill signed by Missouri Gov. Mike Kehoe earlier this year repealed this proposition, meaning there won't be any more minimum wage increases beyond 2026. What is the living wage in Missouri? A living wage is essentially an estimate of how much a person's working full-time needs to earn per hour to afford the cost of their household minimum basic needs, housing, childcare, food, etc., where they live. According to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's living wage calculator, the living wage in Missouri for an adult with no children is $20.87 an hour, $37.08 for an adult with one child, $47.26 for an adult with 2 children, and $58.15 for an adult with 3 children as of February 2025. Which states are raising the minimum wage in 2026? 19 states are raising the minimum wage on January 1st, 2026. These include Arizona, raising to $15.50, California, raising to $16.90, Colorado, raising to $15.16, Connecticut, raising to $16.94, Hawaii, raising to $16, Maine, raising to $15.10, Michigan, raising to $13.73, Minnesota, raising to $11.41, Missouri, raising to $15. Montana, raising to $10.85. Nebraska, raising to $15. New Jersey, raising to $15.92. New York City, and Long Island, raising to $17. New York Upstate, raising to $16. Ohio, raising to $11. Rhode Island, raising to $16. South Dakota, raising to $11.85. Vermont, raising to $14.42. Virginia, raising to $12.77. And Washington, raising to $17.13. What is the federal minimum wage? The federal minimum wage has been $7.25 per hour since 2009. That is the end of that article. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Family Affair. Larson sisters power Stratford to Pink Division Championship. Kinley Larson's 30-point lead. Indians passed Marshfield in title game. Elsie Larson named MVP. This is written by Andy Carroll. The Larson family savored the moment at the Pink and White Tournament Championship on Tuesday. They hope it's the first of many to come. Kinley Larson made 6 3-pointers and scored a game-high 30 points to lift Stratford past Marshfield, 78-49, in the Pink Division Championship game. Her sister, Colorado State-bound Elsie Larson, was named tournament MVP to pace an Indian squad led by their father, head coach Dustin Larson. It's our playing together, and we're just cherishing every moment we can. It's our last playing together, and we're just cherishing every moment we can, senior Elsie Larson said, after she scored 13 points and dished several dimes to her younger sister, a sophomore. It's a blessing just to have the opportunity to be spending this ride with my kids, Justin said. But I got 12 other ones on the team, and we just like to pour into all of them. Kinley was pouring buckets all afternoon. She dropped a pair of triplets in the first quarter, the first when Elsie drove the lane, then kicked the ball back to the wing. Kinley scored 20 points and 4 3-points in the first half. I was ready for them to start coming down, but great passes from all my teammates, great screens getting me open, and just having confidence that every shot is going to go down, Kinley said. Stratford controlled the paint early too, led by Trista Van Horn, who contributed 8 points to the Indians' first period fireworks. Van Horn finished with 22 points, but Marshfield kept pace early, and when guard Quinn Aldridge countered with consecutive 3-pointers, the Jays pulled within 16-15 late in the opening frame. Then the Larson sisters went back to work. After Elsie scored a bucket, Kinley stole the ball and fed it back to Elsie, who laid it up and in. Suddenly, Stratford held a 5-point cushion again. Senior Lizzie Van Horn splashed from deep to close a frantic period with Stratford, enjoying a 25-17 lead. Top-seeded Stratford held number 2 seed Marshfield star Peyton Ward to 16 points, tied for the Marshfield team lead with Aldridge. They're a really good team. We've got a ton of respect for them and a lot of their players, Justin said. We know that we were going to have to be very balanced and find, the spots we thought we could attack them. Kinley and Elsie kept the show going and combined for 12 points in the second quarter, punctuated by Kinley's splash from beyond the arc with a Blue Jays defender on the floor to give Stratford a 43-28 advantage at intermission. Kinley knocked down another 3-pointer early in the third period, and in the final seconds of the third, she fed Trista Van Horn for a layup, then stole the entry pass to deny Marshfield the final possession of the quarter. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I hope you have a great new year. Oh boy.